Welcome to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show if you don't know it's part of the show.
Welcome to Red Hen Radio, where we dive down deep into the rabbit hole of content providers who dive down deep into the rabbit hole of everything under the sun, from world events to music. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to another exciting adventure of Red Hen Radio. I'm your host, Travis Finley. This is episode 2 of our diving down deep into those channels that dive down deep into reacting to music. This is Jamel, aka Jamal. All right, well, first of all, let me thank you for taking the time to hang out with me and talk shop. I want to let you know that, and I know that you probably see a lot of these comments, but you are just a breath of fresh air. You are just a source of delight and joy and exuberance and just a powerhouse of life. So I want you to know that I look forward to whenever your videos come out. So thanks so much,
thank
Jamel.
You, brother. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so it's so funny because there are certain videos that I've watched with you, and I can almost anticipate when you're gonna look at the camera, you're gonna look at your audience and just give them that look, and I laugh out loud. I'm a truck driver, right? So
yeah.
I'll push play and just listen to your reactions and whatnot, but there are times when if I think that you're going to react a certain way, I'll look. And when you look at me, I just laugh out loud. It cracks me up. Cracks me up.
Because I know that I mean, because especially if you guys know the song and y'all waiting for that part, or maybe a certain lyric, and when I hit it, and I'm like, see, this is what y'all were doing. Okay.
Yeah. And one that comes to mind is the Alan Parsons project with Sirius, the intro to Eye in the Sky. I knew that you were going to recognize it for the Bulls, so I was waiting for that. And there's a couple others where I was anticipating it, and I think I even remember anticipating you saying something like, or you know what? I think it was the first time you went something like, shit. Because it was just this, it just hit you in such a way, and I thought that was just fantastic. So I love your reactions.
Oh,
it's fantastic. We'll unpack a little bit more of that as we go along. But listen, I'm going to hit you from a blast from the past. Tell us about Pimp Ring.
Oh, my old school video?
Yeah, man.
So, those are the type of things I was doing before I started doing my reactions. I don't know if a lot of people have seen that video, but videos like that,
I gotta tell you, it shocked me, Jamel. It shocked me. I was a bit shocked because that's not the Jamel I know and love.
yeah. That video there. If like people are following me on Instagram. Before Instagram used to have like these 15-second videos, and they expanded it to 1 minute. So I would do little clips because my creative mind, man, and I was like, what can I do to make people laugh? And we had just got The Ring, and I was like, I can play a couple of characters, I can play somebody delivering a package, I can play somebody taking a package, and I had my little Wii gun from my Nintendo, which I don't even play no more. And I was like, man, and it's so funny too, because a lot of people are like, what does your wife think about when you do these videos? I'm like, most of the time she's like right there sitting down. But yeah, man, I just like having fun and making people laugh and stuff.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like, what can I do to make people laugh?
I looked back into your archives, but I couldn't seem to find the reaction that started them all. Like, so when I went back to your oldest video, the very first one was just a video that it was like you've been doing this for a while. So I couldn't find the very first one. So what my question to you is, take us back to before you made your first video. There was a reaction video. What was it that led you to making reaction videos?
Okay, so I was on YouTube. Now, I spent a lot of time on YouTube, before the reactions, just watching sports clips or just whatever. But I came across a video of a young girl singing on that America's Got Talent show by the name of Courtney Hadman. Are you familiar with her?
I am not.
Oh, man, this girl. So I watched her perform, and she ended up, I don't want to, spoiler alert, she ended up getting the golden buzzer. But when she came out, she was so shy.
Are you talking about that 13-year-old that did Janis Joplin?
Yes.
Yeah. She gave me the chills. Absolutely, yes. I do know what you're talking about. That girl blew,
right.
And I cried. When they hit that buzzer, I got tears in my eyes for the joy.
And especially seeing the father. Because the thing about her is, she was so shy. When I watched that, I was like, oh man, this girl was amazing. I was not expecting it.
Absolutely. That was so great.
And I had a reaction to it. Like, I was like, wow, that was incredible, right?
Yeah.
So then to the right side of the screen, you just saw all these videos pop up of like Courtney Hadwin reaction.
Okay.
And the first video I clicked on was these two guys, they're called Brother. And I watched their video. Next thing you know, about 2.5 hours later, I'm watching all these other reactions to that same girl, Courtney Hadwin. I watched all these other reactions to them, to everybody watching the same girl. And I was just like, man, I'm sitting up here on YouTube watching all these videos, whether it's football, just whatever it may be, and I'm actually having a reaction. And then I would like the Courtney Hadwin video, I went, show my wife, show my sister, whoever I came in contact with, I was like, you gotta check this girl out. And what I'm doing is I'm waiting to see their reaction when she just opens her mouth and starts singing. And I'm like, yeah. And I get what people, what they feel when they're waiting for someone to have that reaction to see if they're gonna feel the same way that they did. That's what I get about that. And I just said, I don't know why I'm not doing this as much time as that I spent on YouTube. So the very first video I did, it was this video that was trending about, I forget her name. She's like British. Her name is Olivia something. I think she won the Oscar or Emmy Award, and they were saying her she was trending because of her acceptance speech was like hilarious. So I did like a reaction to that. That was like my first actual reaction. And then when I did it, people just start commenting like, hey man, this was pretty funny. And then I think I got a couple of requests from there. And then I want to say after that, it might have been Dimash. Are you familiar with Dimash?
Only because I went back to your archives, and so I saw a lot of those. So let's transition into that next question, because that was going to be my follow-up. Was that in the archives, those older videos of over a year ago, it seemed like you had consistent reactions to those same artists, Dimash and others that were the same. So kind of talk about that in terms of starting that transition, but then also what led you to change the focus from them to something that's more old school with classic rock or something like that?
Right. I mean, all I can say is I owe it all to my subscribers. The thing about it is when you react to a song and people can kind of like see your personality through a song, through a reaction, they'll pretty much be like, you know what, he has to check this song out, or he has to check this song out. And the requests, man, they come in.
I'm sure.
You get requests. My wife is Filipina, and she told me, she said that you should check out, it's a bus in the Philippines called the Wish Bus. It's like a mobile radio station, and artists go on there and they perform on the bus. And they said a lot of these artists are very, very, very talented, but they don't get noticed because of where they're at. And you got all these artists like Katrina Velarde, Marcel Amon. All these artists are amazing, but they just don't get a lot of people don't notice them because of where they are.
Okay.
But I started reacting to the songs on that Wish Bus, and then I had a lot of people from the Philippines, that came to my channel, and they would do a lot of requesting. I mean, it's just basically, see, the thing about reactions is you can't just go and search for a song to react to because you don't know what you're searching for. I can't just like type something in like, I'm gonna react to this. So it's pretty much on request. But once you get a request from a certain, someone says for a certain artist, then you might yourself say, oh, I want to check out more from this person just because I have their name now, so I can see what else they have. Just like someone coming to my channel and saying, I want to see what else he's reacted to.
Right.
So I go and I'll sometimes I'll stick with an artist, and I'll do like I used to do like 4 or 5 reactions to like one artist. But then other people, when they start coming to your channel, you're trying to pay attention to everybody's requests. Like, hey man, could you check this person out? Could you check this person out? And you want to honor those requests, because you can tell when people are requesting, you can kind of tell how they're typing that they're really passionate about a certain song.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, let me check this out. But that's how it all started.
Makes sense.
With all the requests I get.
Okay. All right, we got a comment from one of your subs. James Walker asks, what kind of upbringing did you have that you seem such a good-hearted individual, so open-minded?
Ooh, yeah. I don't know who's all seen my video I just did when I went for my mother's birthday.
Yep.
Shout out to all you guys for your birthday love.
Yep.
You guys showed my mother, man. Thank y'all so much.
Oh, yeah, that was a great video. That was great.
But going to LA, being from LA, the video I did was kind of like sugarcoated. It was because they were in a hurry, they were getting ready to go somewhere. I couldn't really go into all the details I wanted. I just wanted to kind of show people exactly the house I was at. But I actually lived in plenty of houses. That house actually burnt down when I was 21 years old. We weren't living there. My grandmother still was. I was living with my mother somewhere else. But I just when you don't come from a lot of stuff, you just learn to appreciate all the little things. I'm a very, very grateful and humble person. It's this thing we say in LA, the streets will either take you or make you. A lot of times when you grow up in LA, you got to learn street smarts before book smarts, because you could walk outside, be the smartest person in the world, and go in the wrong neighborhood and just be gone. So I just learned in life to treat people with respect. I was surrounded by a lot of gangs, a lot of drugs, but you have to make that decision, man. It's a hard decision to make because you see all your friends doing the wrong thing. You're like, at that age when you're young, you're starting to figure out what's right and what's wrong. And if you follow that crowd, man, it could just be a terrible ending. But if you go in the right direction, you'll learn to show people love and learn that there's more out there in life to help you discover and find out who you are, who you should be in life.
Yeah.
Did you find yourself, even at a young age, being this positive, or was there a transition as you got older? And do you remember, can you recognize, even in, say, your mom or your parents or your grandmother, their influence in terms of, like, did you grow up in a home that was just a positive place?
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. Like I said in that video, when I asked my mother, I said, how many people lived in this house? when I said my video I did at the house was kind of sugar coated, is because a lot of those people in that house were using drugs, a lot. Not the young ones like me, my brother, my sister, rest in peace. But a lot of the adults were. And like I said, luckily for me, I was playing sports. I played sports, um, and a lot of my friends that were playing sports, they were really focused on like trying to make it to college, trying to make it to the NBA. And our head coach was really good as far as building a structure. Uh, you know how sometimes coaches can play that role of a father
Sure.
figures,
Yeah.
and so it's just one of them things when going to school was fun because you knew you had after all the classes and stuff, we had basketball practice, stuff was competitive and stuff like that. Going home was the hard part because you knew that uh you know like I said, a lot
Yeah.
of a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know that, because people tell me, hey man, how is there? There's no way you haven't heard this song before. How is it that you
Yeah.
haven't heard this song?
Yeah.
What people don't know is when I should have been listening to music that was being played in the world, a lot of times I didn't have any electricity in the house, you know, any hot water. That's the stuff we were worried about. But like I said, that house I showed you guys on that video was the house my grandmother lived in. But me and my mother and father and my two little brothers, y'all saw one of them, we actually lived across the alley. But when things got rough, we had to move in with my mother. I mean, with my grandparents. That's why it made it so many people in that house. But I wasn't really worried about music back then. I was just listening to music that was being played in my neighborhood. Like I said, I grew up a lot uh, around a lot of gangs and stuff, so music would be played in their cars when they just come on the street and park and blast music like that.
So another subscriber, Michael H, says, we tend to end up listening to the music that our parents liked,
Oh
and I
yeah.
think that you've mentioned this a bit, but what music artists did your parents listen to that influenced
Uh,
you?
like that 70s, 80s. I was born in 1980, and I could close my eyes right now and go as a little kid back into this apartment we stayed in, and I could see my mother and father dancing. I mean, like I said, I made a video on this. Um, but like I said, you get new subscribers that come to your channel, so they might come
Right.
with questions
Yep. Yep.
and haven't seen certain videos. But I had made a list of the songs I grew up with. One of the songs that stuck in my head forever is Tina Marie Square Biz. So all that music like that around that era, um, that's
And
the
I've
type of
never heard of
music.
that.
Yeah, you see, yeah. So I say this to people, like, think about me as a black man with black parents in the 80s. So think about all the black artists in the 80s. That's what I was listening to.
Mm-hmm.
So when people say, like, how haven't I heard this song before, and like say the artist is white,
Right.
it's because my parents were
Yeah.
listening to all the black artists.
Yep.
Oh, check this out, guys. I called my mother when I was at work last night, and I said, Mama, do you know who Hall and Oates is? She said, Boy, yeah. She said, and I was so disappointed. She said, I worked their concert at the Staples Center. You guys know my mother's been working at the Staples Center for 20 years. And, you work every event, Lakers, Clippers, hockey, LA Sparks, and you work any concert that come in there, X Games, all that stuff. And she told me she worked a couple of years ago, whenever Hall and Oates was at the Staples Center, she worked that concert. And I was so disappointed because I used to work at the Staples Center too, but I wasn't there for that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. All right. Well, you mentioned your wife, so tell us how you two met.
Oh, uh, again, for those of you who haven't seen that video that I made with her, we basically both. I had a cousin that uh, had a girlfriend that was graduating from college, and she had a friend that was graduating from college, and we were all out at this club, and it was basically a college graduation party, and I came with one of my friends, and he noticed a girl in the club, and he was dancing with her. Mind you, this whole time nobody knows who I am, as far as the girls that's with the group of my wife, with my wife. No one knows who I am. We're just in there dancing and stuff. And like I said, after like it was kind of winding down, I kind of went outside because my knees were hurting, and I saw the girl my friend was dancing with, and I noticed she was walking like right behind my wife. But my wife just had a look on her face like she did not want to be bothered or approached. And it came to find out she had been ready to go a long time ago, but all her friends were still in there partying. But since she didn't look approachable, I just told my friend, just go ahead and hook that up for me, brother. Go, ask her if she got a boyfriend, and then I can do the rest from there. And then we met each other, went on a double date to Pink's Hot Dogs in LA. And again, I'm from LA. My wife is from the Bay Area. That's another thing, people always they get confused. They think I'm from the Bay Area because I'm a Giants and a Niner fan.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I was that before I met my wife. Because people say, you from LA and you're not a Dodger fan?
Right.
I tell people Barry Bonds is my favorite player, and Jerry Rice is my favorite player. So that's why I'm a Niners and a Giants fan. She was shocked. She was shocked to find that out too. Like, what? Yeah, yeah. So my wife moved down here to go to college, and like I said, we went on that double date, and it just I was living in LA. She was staying out here in Chino Hills. She was renting a room out from like this. She was living with this older couple, renting a room out, and I used to drive from LA out here to Chino Hills and take her on dates and stuff. And I decided to because I ended up getting a job out here, so I was working in retail and at the Staples Center at the same time. We have three managers, right? Two managers are die-hard country. So if they come in and they're the opening manager, they put that whatever station it is on country, and it stays like that for the whole day. For the whole day. And I remember a song came on, uh, and then I got home and I was doing a reaction video, and I was like, wait a minute, what is this? What? I was like, oh, this is Chris Stapleton, Nobody to Blame. And because I got the request, then I knew the title and I knew the artist. But when I'm at work,
Yeah, there's
'cause I
no
work,
there's no DJ. He doesn't introduce the song. He doesn't tell you what it is. You're just listening to XM or something like that. It's just streaming.
right, right. But not only that, I have headphones on because I'm listening to this is what I do when people, because I don't know if this was going to be one of your
No, go ahead.
questions. I'm
Go ahead.
sorry if I'm jumping the gun,
No, no.
but when people ask me this all the time, they say, hey man, what is your playlist like? Do you listen to music that you've reacted to? I mean, let me tell y'all something. Let me see if I still got it here. Because last night I was on Spotify and I was listening to Hall and Oates. All right. I can't go for that. I've been listening. I was stocking something. I had this song on repeat for the last hour. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I react to a song, because when I react, I have to react a certain way. So when I go to work, I'm able to enjoy the song more because I don't have to interrupt it or nothing like that. I can just, I literally was just at work, just working and dancing because I had it on repeat. But like I said, people ask me what type of music do I listen to in my spare time, and I listen to every song I react to, especially during that day. If I do like 4 reactions, I'll play those 4 songs like over and over again, other than me just listening to certain podcasts at work.
Got it. All right, let's get into a bit of the technical side. Tell us about your intro, the music, the idea to edit it the way that you did. I love it. It's almost like, back in the 80s, I watched Magnum PI. So when I hear those opening chords, dun, 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 so now I'm sure for all of your subs, if they hear this, the high the high notes from the beginning of your okay, so how did you come up with that? Your intro, the music, and then editing it with your reactions and your tilted head and your face at the camera.
So I use this app. For those who don't know, everything I do is on my cell phone. Every single reaction, all my editing, everything. My wife got me this really nice tripod and it has the mic and everything. And then I use my iPad to watch the reaction. So once I'm done, I just airdrop all the music, the music part of the reaction. I airdrop it to myself and I go to iMovie and then I do the editing. Now my intro is called Video Shop. It was just music there, like copyright free music. And when I was listening to it, like trying to make an intro, I noticed that dun, 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 and I was like, what can I do to make that pretty cool? And I said, how about I just do like the kind of reactions I actually do in videos when I'm like blown away by something, when I'm laughing or just whatever. And I literally just kind of did that, and I just snapped it with my phone, and then I put it all together, made like an 8 to 10 second video. Then I added the music, and then in Video Shop you can select. You just type in something like TV, and it'll show all these TVs. You can put it there. You type in subscribe. You can put that there. Just pin it, and that's what I came up with. I said I don't want my intro to be too long. It used to be like 8 seconds. Now it's like 10. But that's what I use. I use Video Shop, and it has different type of songs on there that are like copyright free.
Yeah.
So that's what I use. I forgot the name of it. It's called like, it just says like Frantic or something like that. But that's basically what I use to edit.
Yeah, well, it's a fantastic intro. Fantastic, absolutely. So great job, great job.
And then on like I said, on iMovie, you're able to cut, trim, do the transitions, and you can basically, any video you want, you can just select all of them, and then you just trim them all, and make it just one video.
Yep. Well, you're wearing it right now. Where did your T-shirt slogan come from?
Oh man, I always have discussions with my wife, just trying to get positive messages out there. And, especially like with this one here, and shout out to all of you guys who have purchased one. I thank y'all so much. But like, if you are walking down the street and someone approaches you and you see this on that shirt, my question is, what kind of negative thought or anything could come into your mind? I can't think of. You see a shirt that says just be a good human, and to be humble, be kind, spread joy, peace, and love. That, like, this is me. You know, I could have put a picture of me laying down sideways, but this is me. This is me. This is like what I'm all about. This is I believe what my channel is all about. And I talk to my wife and I say, like even with my shirt that says, like, keep great music alive.
Yeah.
It's basically what I'm trying to do. To teach peace for me. I don't know if you guys really noticed on the shirt, but the green part of the square is a chalkboard.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and what I did with that was teach peace is almost like it starts early. You know what I mean? Like when you in the classroom, you see that. That's what I'm trying to get out in the world. I mean, this right here is just all about compassion, because I think that's what we all need to show is compassion for others, and that way you're able to be able to spread joy and love and peace. I love people. I'm a people person. I can say I don't have a negative bone in my body, because like I said, I've been through some real stuff. Some people go through life complaining about things, but they haven't really been through nothing. I don't want to say they haven't been through nothing, but maybe compared to other people, when you seen like dark days, all you can do is just hope for the best. So, like I said, I'm just out here trying to, just spread messages that will touch people's heart, man. I've gotten so many compliments on this shirt. When you wear a shirt like this, it make people who probably normally wouldn't speak to people speak to people.
Yeah.
Like I was out with my wife, and I felt kind of bad because we were out eating, and I was kind of underdressed, but some girl was like, "Oh, I love your shirt," and
Yep.
and
Sure.
when someone say that, you're just like, "Oh, thank you so much," But it's just one of them things, like someone see it and it puts them in a mood. Like, hey, that's a really nice shirt. You know what? That's really nice. So that's what I keep doing to try to come up with cool ideas and messages that people can take out. I say the bathroom. Y'all know I do my reactions in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's where we at right now. That people can take out in the world and just spread to other people. Because people tell me all the time, man, how are you so calm, so cool and collected? And I'm just like, look, man, I feel like I've been put on this earth, like, to just deliver a message of just love and peace, man. This ain't no fluke. This is me, 24/7.
Well, let me say that's one of the first things that I appreciated about your videos when I came across it. I think probably even from the first one, just your authentic exuberance and love and joy and it's. I have no doubt that we are seeing who you really are. So, and I'm sure you've seen the comments. I saw them as I was scrolling through some of the questions that came up in the video that you put out asking for help for this interview. People love you. And follow on that note. Okay, I'm actually from California. I grew up in Ventura County.
Okay.
And I am coming out in November, the week before Thanksgiving. I'm just saying. I would be happy to segue one of my days if you happen to just do a meetup. There's the meetup with Jamel and hangout time. I mean, for everybody. Let's have a block party with Jamel.
Yeah, I've met probably about 6 people that came up to me. I was recently, for my 40th birthday, I was out in Lake Arrowhead, and me and my wife went to go to this restaurant to get food, and she was waiting in the car because we ordered it, and I went up upstairs, and I was just waiting in line, and some girl, she like walked by me. You know, we're all wearing masks and everything, so people aren't sure. You know, you
Yeah.
don't want to just walk to nobody because you're not sure who a
Uh-huh.
person is.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had on one of my shirts. It was just my red shirt with the peace out sign.
Yeah.
But you know, all my logos are on the back that say Jamel, aka Jamal. And she walked by me and she was looking at me. And then I kind of, as she walked away, I kind of like turned and to like kind of see who she was with. And she was talking to some lady. And then she came back and she's like, "Excuse me, are you on YouTube?" I said, "Yes." She's like, "Oh my God." She said, my mom, she said, "My mom loves you." I was like, "Oh yeah." She said, "Is it cool if we take a picture?" I was like, "Sure." And then I walked up to her, and she was telling me that her mother didn't speak English very well. And so I was asking her, um, what reaction did you watch that you liked from me? And she was saying it was Juan Gabriel. And like I was saying, I how we talked in the beginning about reacting to all
Yeah.
types of music. Man, that Spanish music, let me tell you something. It Oh man, everybody has the same problems. It's just in a different language.
Mm-hmm.
you know I that brother right there, and you could see the look in her face that she was really appreciative of me, like meeting me, because she was touched by my reaction, because she could tell that I was, first and foremost, I react with respect. That's my first thing. you know Respect for the artist, respect for their craft, respect for what they're doing. I mean, for one, I can't do it. you know uh but when I seen her, she was really really happy, and I took a picture with her. And it's kind of weird because I don't think I'll ever look at myself as like being a celebrity. you know um but it was just cool to know I had an impact on someone, especially a kid coming from a ghetto surrounded by drugs and all that gangs and stuff, to know I had a positive impact. Like, you know what? I chose the right path. It happened at the gym. Some lady said she saw my reaction and she was like, "Oh my God, your reaction just touched me." So I get it. I see in the comments, how the impact I have on people, and that's what my goal is. It's not about gaining subscribers, gaining views. It's about spreading love, you know, first and foremost.
Amen.
That's why I said I'll be having more to say, but I don't
That's all
want to
right. Yeah,
jump the
yeah. No, I
gun.
know it's tough. It's tough because we do have a lot to cover. But so just to finish up on your intro and your merch, who did your cartoon character?
My coworker from my job, when I used to work at a previous store, she's actually a person that is in charge of making signs in the store. She's so talented, so talented. She draws a lot of like anime characters and stuff like that. And I was trying to come up with something. I was like, should I do full body? Because it's just one of these things. Like, I don't know how many people are gonna walk around the street with like a black dude face on their shirt. That's what I was talking to my wife about. I was like, you think people gonna wear my face? Like, what? You think they really gonna wear my face? And I was like, and I talked to my friend about the idea, and I was saying, I can make something cool. Can we do something cool with the headphones and maybe put like my logo there? Because I was like, I want to do like the Jamel, you know, and then the AKA with the Jamal. And can we put that on the headphones and do something like with the cord or something like that? And when she sent me the pictures, I was like, man, because see, um, all the coworkers in that store, we have a animated, it's like 50 of us on this big old piece of plywood above when you're going on your way to the bathroom. I think it's still there, but I used to always, because I'm 6'5", and I used to always mess with my coworkers that were, well, everybody was shorter than me though. But when I would walk up to them, I would have my hand up like for a high five, and
Yeah.
they all would jump. And I said, you know what? I said, you know, you're a real coworker if you're actually attempting to jump to give me that high five, because they all were like, oh yeah, I got it, you know. So my animated picture at the store was me like this with my hand up. So she's very talented. I knew, you know, she could draw. And then some other guy, one of my subscribers, um, my little logo I put with my YouTube plaque, he drew that for me and he sent it to me. I was like, wow, this is amazing. You know, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was my coworker, the one she drew that for me.
Fantastic. All that support.
Renee, her name is Renee.
Shout out to Renee.
Rooney. Yeah.
All right. So, oh, this is yeah. Explain to us Jamel, aka Jamal. I don't think I've ever heard an explanation for it.
Oh, this is, you guys. Y'all already know.
No, well,
right?
not me. Not me.
Oh, was this one of the questions?
No, this is my question.
Oh, okay. So, let me just start off by saying, for all y'all calling me Sugar Booger, whatever, because they know that's my nickname from my mother. My mother called me Sugar Booger in that video I did the other day. So my birth name is Jamel. That's Jamel. Most people in my family call me Mel, just the Mel, or Melly Mel, right? But 95% of people that approach me, even after I tell them my name, the second time they call my name, they call me Jamal.
Got it.
So that's where the name came from. Jamel, aka Jamal, because 95% people will say Jamal. Like when I'm at work and I have my name right there, before I went working overnights, when I used to work during the daytime, I would have Jamel right here. I would get Jamal, I would get James. But yeah, my name is Jamel.
Right.
And people always call me Jamal, so I just went with it.
Got it. All right, this comes from your subs. This is Big Hungry's question.
Okay.
Did you ever actually think that you could entertain so many people by reacting to music?
Well, two answers. I thought I could entertain people because part of my humor, I'll just say this. I got my father's sense of humor and I got my mother's heart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And growing up, I was always the silly one, the funny one in the family. So I knew I could make people laugh and bring some joy in their life. But I never thought listening to music would unite people so much in the comments. Like when I look at the comment section and that's people saying, some lady said, I'm an 85-year-old woman, and let me tell you, young man, you just warm my heart. And I'm like, okay. It's just really cool. And it's true, man. Music really, really unites people. And I just know, like, when I'm listening to music, the way I listen to music, the way I react to music, I know people are going to get it. People are going to say, you know what, this young man has a great ear for music, and I get a lot of times in the comments, I get, man, I had the same reaction to that. You understand. I do understand that I can bring joy into people's life because that is my mission, but I never thought it would be to this level. Never, especially after doing like my first reaction and then like my second and then third, I'm just like what's going on here? Because once I hit like 100,000 subscribers, it just seemed like it just took off. and people are like sharing your videos because they want other people to have some joy. Like I get in the comments all the time, man, I was having a bad day, this and that, and you just made my day so much better.
Yeah.
And like I said, to me, that's more important than anything. Is just making someone's day better. You know, I might not have the greatest days. You know, like I said, I do work. Like I work 9 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning, and you know, if I come home and you know, I'll like watch some TV, catch up with some sports or something, and then once my wife wake up, you know, because she's working from home, once she gets up and go downstairs on the computer, I might decide, you know what, I'm gonna start doing some reactions right now. Even though I just got off work, maybe a little tired, but sometimes you hear a song and it just gets your spirits up, you know?
So what has
yeah.
surprised you the most about the reaction to your reaction videos?
What surprised me the most, I would have to say, how about this? Now, brother, you want a story?
That's what we're here for.
Are you guys ready? And y'all know who y'all are out there. I've had 6 people message me, right? That through my reactions, and if you go in the comments, what I love is people love each other. I'm seeing relationships built in the comment section. And with that being said, I had 6 messages from people saying that they are now dating each other because of my reaction videos. They actually met in the comment section. So y'all can call me Jamel, aka the matchmaker.
That's right.
Jamal.
That's absolutely fantastic.
That?
That's great.
Now that right there, if that don't make,
you've got 6 weddings in your future, right?
Come on, man. They told me that I'm invited, and like I said,
you're gonna be the DJ. That's gonna be so funny. That'd be hilarious.
That right there has been the most shocking.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, do you check the stats on the analytics at all? Do you follow up? Do you keep up with that? Does that matter to you?
You know what? It didn't until recently, and you know what? it kind of got me down a little bit. Let me tell you why. So a lot of people say, again, I'm sorry if I'm jumping the gun. A lot of people say they want to hear. They'll say, "Hey man, what kind of music are you into?" Right? Like they want to know what music I like. Could you one day could you share music with us that you like? And I tried people, and 2 things happened. 2 things. So you guys know when I was doing my Soul Train Saturdays, right?
Yeah.
I knew by reacting to Soul Train music, it was gonna be a lot of music on there that I knew, because that's my parents' era, right? So by listening to that music, I say, you know what? How can I do a reaction to music I know already? It's not really a reaction. It's more like a sing-along.
Sure, right.
I know what? I can dance. I can put these videos up early in the morning, on the weekend. People can wake up and start their Saturday off right with some dancing. It's all about me trying to spread joy again. I said, let me get these people in the mood to dance. And you guys know how I have my other channel. So what happened, which was just so frustrating, is that the 2 things that happened, the one part is frustrating, the other part is kind of sad. But when I did my Soul Train, I had like 4 videos that got blocked. And I'm just like, oh my God. And it sucked because those videos were so short, but it was so fun. Like the actual music part of it was short. And I was like, man, I'm dancing and stuff. I'm feeling this music. And they got blocked. And I was just like, dang, man. And then one day I went and I was checking my analytics because I noticed a kind of like a halt, like a stop in my subscribers. and like I said, I don't really look at like, I don't really care too much about that. But when you check your analytics and you see every single Soul Train video that I did, I lost about 200 subscribers.
You mean
just
they?
From me?
You mean they unsubscribed from you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, because what happens is with the analytics, you can look at a video and you can see how many people subscribe to your channel just from that video,
Okay.
or unsubscribe from your channel.
No, I'm aware of that, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
have thought that. Like for me, I just wouldn't watch them.
Right.
I wouldn't
Right.
unsubscribe
But like I
from
said,
you.
yeah, like just recently I had someone, and like I said, you know, comments can be tricky. You know, one day I spent like almost 4 hours just responding to comments, because
Yeah.
like I feel bad sometimes when I don't respond. Like, not saying I don't look at the comment, but actually responding. Like when people request songs, what I do is I screenshot the requests or whatever. Or what I'll do is if they send me a link, I'll push the link so it'll send me to the video, and the video will be in my YouTube search history.
Right.
That way I can check it, and you know, that's how I kind of respond to requests. But when it's like someone said the other day, hey man, if your reactions, like not my actual reaction, but my music that I'm selecting to react to, someone said if your selection don't get better, I'm going to have to unsubscribe, because I'm not reacting to the music that they want to see.
Yeah.
That's why I say in the videos, I say little things like, thank y'all for going on this journey with me, because sometimes I might not react to music you may know about, but if you go on the journey with me, you can know about it, you might end up liking it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I was just like, oh, like really? Like, man, I lost every single video. I lost subscribers because people just didn't like the music I was reacting to, you know? And I was kind of shocked, because I was like, hey, y'all said y'all want to know what kind of music I'm into. I don't know if it was the music or if it was just the actual theme of the music. Like, did they just not like me doing a Soul Train Saturday? Even with the midnight special Mondays, people were complaining because, remember how I told you I found out that the songs are trimmed down?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so people wanted me to actually react to the full versions of the song.
Sure.
That's why I stopped doing the midnight, even though I might still be doing more, because some people will say, hey, even though this is short, it's a really good performance. But yeah, so I tried, you guys. I tried to react to music that I grew up listening to and loved. But like I said, a lot of people, I mean, besides the subscribing, the videos had got blocked. And what I've been doing is putting my videos on that other channel, but I'm only allowed so much space.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't want to put a theme over there,
Right.
and then I actually do a regular reaction and they get blocked, and then I got to put it over there, but I don't have space.
Yeah. So when I was looking back in some of the history, I noticed that one of your videos, I should have written it down, had 235,000 views, and I was like, wow. Is there anyone that is higher than that you know of, or was there
one of my videos that's the highest?
Yeah, or did you even see that you had one that was up in that range? Because most of them are in the very low thousands, but that one was just like all of a sudden there was like 200. I was like, what? What was it about this one video?
Well, it's I think my highest viewed video, because like at the end of the month, YouTube kind of tells you like, oh, this video had like the most views on your channel, and that's that the Black Betty. That one is like 850 something thousand views, or 70. Yeah, it's like 800 something thousand views. I think because what happens is, like, you know, I'll go on Facebook go on Twitter, and I'll get messages. People are like, "Hey, did you see such and such shared your video?" Like artists will share the video, and if I just go on Facebook and type in Jamel, aka Jamal, and stuff will just pop up, and I'm like, man, I didn't even know all this stuff was on here. Like people will screenshot stuff and send it to me saying, hey, did you know such and such? Like Hall and Oates had responded to my reaction and said I need to come to their next show, and I'm like, what? Wait, what? Yeah, and they on Instagram they shared my Sarah Smile reaction. So
okay, yeah, I actually just jumped on there real quick and put the order in for the most popular. So yeah, Black Betty's still the most popular, but it just stuck out as I was going through some of your older ones, which is why I think it did, because a lot of the older ones were still in the low thousands.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's over a year ago and it was maybe building up. And so, like for me, like I came to you, I think, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago maybe. So that's my back catalog for you. My back catalog only goes 5 months.
Right.
And so when I was looking back at that, those were low numbers, and then all of a sudden I saw one for 230 some months. So that just was interesting to me in terms of what made that one a little bit more popular than the other ones. But now that I'm looking at it, when I sort it by most popular, yeah, you've got tons and tons of high reaction or high viewer counts on those. But all right.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I had been learning about the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
And it's basically based on liking the video. So I know times you can go in and out the algorithm, because you'll do a reaction and then you'll notice like it might not have that much traffic. And if people like the video, if the video is being shared and watched and you're getting views, that's one thing. But some people might view a video without liking it. And liking when you hit the like button, it keeps you in the YouTube algorithm. That's why some videos will have a lot more views than others, because people are actually liking it.
Got it. Yeah, I try to do that as soon as it comes on. That's one of the first things. I don't know if you saw that I made a comment in my other account, but because I'm driving, and so I've got my phone right there, and so I can see when notifications come up. So if you come on, or if Alex and Andy, or
those are my brothers right there.
Yeah, Daikon, Dissectional. When you guys come up, I try to jump on, even if I'm not going to be able to listen to it or watch it right away. Jump on, boom, hit the like, make a comment. All right, so you've reacted to hundreds of songs, okay?
Right.
Which one? Because I don't. Yeah, it could go on forever. Mm-hmm. Which one has really blown you away in terms of the lyrics? Because sometimes you've said, I've heard this at work, but I've never listened to the whole song.
Right.
And so when you get to listen to it, you go, wow, that was a great message, or wow, that was really dark, or, just something that comes to mind.
I want to say and man, that I didn't even know, but my video had got blocked recently. I had got an email, but that Pearl Jam Jeremy,
yeah.
Woo, that was tough. That literally brought tears to my eyes. Gordon Lightfoot, the one about the ship,
Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yes. It's another song, the Latino America. It's been a couple, man. I'm not one of those like guys who think he's all macho or nothing like that, try to hide their emotions like that. If a song gonna touch me, I'm just gonna let the song take over. I'm not gonna try to hold nothing back. Johnny Cash, man, Hurt. Oh,
yeah.
It's a lot of songs, but I'll tell you this. One of the songs that was the most fun for me as far as lyrics, as far as challenging to break down, and I don't know if I got a lot of comments on my interpretation of it, because this band likes to use a lot of metaphors, and that's Tool. The song Right in Two.
Hmm.
Oh man, those lyrics. Now that one right there. For those of you who know that song, you guys know. But I kind of went into like the show The Walking Dead
Hmm.
to use my interpretation of it. How, it's like survival of the fittest, but yet if they all just come together, they can make it such a great place. But it's always one person that comes along and try to split it in half, and he wants all the people to follow him versus the other people who kind of just want everybody to come together. That's what I had got from that. I'd use that Walking Dead analogy or whatever, but it's tough to narrow it down to one, but I want to say the one that gave me the most like impact was that Jeremy, because I didn't know the story or nothing
Sure.
like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I remember looking up the song, in fact, because I liked the song as it was. I enjoyed
right,
listening to it, but I remember looking at it. I don't know why I did, but I went and looked up the backstory, and it was just so profound. It
right,
completely changed.
right. Well,
You listen without listening. You listen without hearing. You know the words, and I
yeah,
knew the words, but the line, Jeremy spoke in class today. I mean,
yeah,
just
yeah, and
yeah,
see, with me, I kind of messed up because I reacted to it twice because I did uh when Eddie performed it.
hmm
I think it was at that like MTV Unplugged or
yeah,
something,
yeah.
and I hadn't seen the video.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then I
Gotcha,
reacted to
gotcha.
it. People are like, "You got to see the video." And then, let me explain something really, really quick to people who may not understand this. Because people will say, "Hey, how come you can't react to this song, but it's on YouTube?"
Yep, I
You know what I
have that
mean?
same question. Go ahead.
Right. So when you become a creator on YouTube, we have certain community guidelines we have to follow. Now, you can get a copyright strike for music, or you can get a community guideline strike. All right. I've gotten two strikes from music, and the one I got, I was so upset because that reaction, it was a long reaction, like over 20 minutes, and it got blocked after like 30 minutes. And once you get a strike, the strike does not go away. You have to go to copyright school. Just think about driver's school when you get like a ticket or something,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Your strike stays on your channel for 3 months. It does not go away. If you get once you get once that 3 months is gone, the strike is gone. But if you get a total of three strikes, your channel is completely done. Like done. Like it's over.
No, no,
Um,
I'm well aware of that. With my other channel, the subject matter is a little bit more touchy,
yeah.
and so I'm well aware of those community guidelines and those strikes. Okay, so we asked about the lyrics of a song that's impacted you. What about musically, stylistically, like a group or a style that you hadn't heard before that just was you were just like, wow, this is amazing.
Um, uh, I'll go. I'm gonna do two again. One is Ginger.
Hmm.
You're familiar with Ginger?
I'm not.
Okay, so uh, the band is called Ginger, and the lead singer, her name is Tatiana, and she's a okay. So listening to rock and roll music for me, it was just like all they do is scream. That was my mindset. All they do is scream. But like when you actually get the lyrics and you follow along, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Once you
Yeah.
once you are able to see the lyrics. But I'd never heard a girl scream. Like the and it was just intriguing for me. I was like, wait a minute, because I reacted to one of her songs, Pisces, and she's singing all nice and la la, and then all of a sudden she goes, I was like, what? Wait a minute, what is this? So that was new for me, not the style, but just that it was an actual woman do it, because I'd never seen a woman doing it before. And then one of my favorite bands, the Los Angeles Azules, another Spanish group, and these guys, let me tell you, the style of dance that they do, the cumbia, it's easy to do. In the black community, we call it two-stepping.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they it's like two-stepping with a twist. And that music right there, I love the dance of cumbia, man, and all the instruments that they use. It's amazing. Those two right there was something I wasn't really familiar with, because I listened to a lot of Spanish music before, because growing up, my neighbors, you would hear it, but I never paid attention to cumbia like that. Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if you saw my comment on Turn to Stone by ELO, but there's a line in there that I was expecting you to pick up on, and he says the two-step in the hall. So if you didn't catch it the first time, go back and listen to Turn to Stone again, and the line in there mentions the two-step in the hall. I thought for sure you were going to pick up on it.
It's like when I'm listening to music and reacting, what I find pretty cool is how some instruments bring a lyric or a certain line in. So at that point, I could have been paying attention more to the sound than the lyric.
I get it.
I would have to look, because I was like, man, like it's certain artists that when they sing a certain note, and then you have the instruments at the same time, it's amazing. I love when that happens, where you get like that double.
Well, that's one of the things that I appreciated about Alex and Andy was they're like, okay, you have to listen to this song with your headphones, because and I mean, I understood the technicality of it before, even as a kid I understood it, but I didn't appreciate it when you've got it, when you've got stereo and you've got something in the right speaker, you've got something in the left speaker, then you've got it where it blends from one to the other. That is a completely whole different experience. If you're driving in the car, you don't have that surround sound. It's not something that you're going to pick up on. But man, that is some technical beauty that happens. So I totally get what you're saying.
It just happened to shout out to my other brother, Mr. Video. It happened to him. He just recently got headphones.
Oh wow!
He's
going to start all over again.
And well, he listened to Queen. I believe it was Bohemian Rhapsody. He was like, he said, "Oh, they over here now." Yeah. Because it'll just go dead on one side and just be over here. Then they're like, "Hey, we on this side now."
Oh yeah. Yep.
Because I just recently upgraded to headphones, and it's the noise cancellation ones, and oh man, it's like a whole new experience.
Yep.
But shout out to Andy and Ed.
Yeah, those guys are great. Has there been a particular song that has changed the way that you look at the world?
Now look at the world?
Yeah. I mean, it could be anything. It could be as political as Rage Against the Machine. It could be as as fundamental as a love song that you're like, man, or Cats in the Cradle, or just whatever. Yeah. Any aspect of life. Is there something that just made you like, wow, I never looked at life that way before?
Well, see, the thing with me with Rage Against the Machine is, because I'm kind of new into like the rock, like metal, but I grew up on hip hop, so they do both. That's what I love about them. It's like that. I was like, wait a minute, this brother had his guitar and it sounded like he was on the turntable. What's his name? Morello. But if I would say, I would have to say my reaction to probably Latino America. You know, it was one of those songs that make you really want to, you know, it's like a song you know, when people say, walk in my shoes type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that song was very, it just make you want to learn more about different cultures. Yeah. So
Okay.
that song right there, Latino America. Anybody want to go watch that? You go check it out. They have the lyrics on screen with the video, the lyrics in English too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Little time for a little bit of honesty here, Jamel.
All right, let's go.
Have you ever faked a reaction? That is,
Oh no.
all right. The song was so bad, like you're like, oh my, this song is so. But you couldn't. You had. Have you ever faked a reaction?
No. See, the thing with me with music, how I said I always start off with respect. So when I go into a reaction, I'm already just respecting the artist. But like, if there's a, how could I explain this? Are you into sports, brother?
I used to be back in the late '80s and '90s, but
Okay,
go ahead.
so you know your stuff. I hope I don't lose y'all on this. I'm gonna try to make this really quick. So, if you guys know the Lakers, one of my favorite players on their team during the Shaq and Kobe era was Robert Horry. Now, just take stats, all right? When you look at a stat sheet, the first thing you're gonna look at is how many points a player scored, right? So look at the points a player scored and compare that to the artist and their voice. How good is the artist's voice? And then you go a person like on the drums, you compare that to a basketball player getting rebounds. Robert Horry was a player who didn't score a lot of points, didn't get a lot of rebounds, but in every category he did something. He had points, rebounds, steals, blocks, assists, all that. So when I listen to music, let's say if there's a song where the voice might not be that great, but I'm like, oh my God, listen to this drummer, or listen to this guy on the guitar, and they all. That's where I'll be talking about the chemistry and how artists like feed off each other. And you know, some bands are so like they're really really great together. It's hard for me to listen to a song and say I didn't like this, because what I loved about it will outweigh something bad about it.
That was a good analogy. Yeah, that worked.
That's the best way I can explain it. I hope I didn't lose y'all.
No, that worked.
Yeah.
All right, Jamel. So we're going to take a break right now from all those hard-hitting questions, and I'm going to throw you some softballs. This is a section of my show that I call Take It Easy.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
All right, so you're going to have two options. Give us the one that you would choose.
Okay.
Baseball or football?
Football.
Football or basketball?
Basketball.
Cheese pizza or the works?
I'll go with cheese pizza. Although I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay.
But I'll take a cheese pizza over like everything.
In and out or the habit?
Oh, you know what? This is a shocker. The habit.
Mountains?
Yes.
All right, the mountains or the beach?
Beach.
Midnight Special or Daryl's house?
Oh, how could you?
I knew I had to do it. I had to do it.
You know what? And guess what? I'm choosing Daryl's house because the people explained to me on the midnight special, you don't get the full songs because they make you trim it down. So we're going to Daryl's house.
Ah, good. All right. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Deadpool or the Lovebirds?
We'll go with Deadpool.
I figured. Beer or whiskey?
I'll go whiskey.
Meat and potatoes or vegan?
Meat and potatoes.
Sunrise or sunset?
I'll go with sunrise.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Ooh. I'll go chocolate.
Christmas or Thanksgiving?
How could you? You know, a lot of we eat almost the same food on the same day. So I'll choose Thanksgiving just because you're giving thanks, which you should be doing all the time.
Vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
Religion or politics?
Neither.
Thanks so much for taking it easy with us, Jamel.
Take it easy, take it easy.
All right, Jamel, what can you tell us about Jamel? Okay, no one else is going to have this little nugget of gold. Is this only going to be on Red Hen Radio? What can you tell us about Jamel that no one else knows?
Oh. I can make...
And we're out of time. Oh, no. I know you can see Jamel talking right now, but you can't hear what he's saying, so you're going to have to tune in next week for another exciting episode of Red Hen Radio, where we dive in to the reaction videos of your favorite channels. I'm your host, Travis Finley. Until next time.
Well, you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know